Hello, book besties. Welcome back to another book review. So, today we are going to talk about a thriller, and I had actually picked three thrillers from the library, which I think I have mentioned in one of my video. I think it was the video where I do a mini book haul. So, if you haven't checked out the video already, I'll be tagging it at the top. So, do check it out. But like I said, I have taken up three books from the library, and all the three were thrillers because I wanted to do a video where I would give you book recs, and the genre would be mystery thrillers. But I later realized that if I do a video where I discuss three books in detail, it might turn out to be a very long video. And frankly, I'm too lazy to edit such long videos. So I thought I would do a part by part video where I will discuss one book in each video. So it will form a sort of a trilogy, and I thought I would name this trilogy Triple Thriller Rex. Hope you like the name. I like alliterations. So, welcome to Triple Thriller Rex Part 1, where we'll be discussing the book Along Came a Spider by James Patterson. So, I have already read the book and written up my review to be posted in my bookstagram as well. So let's start with a bit of an introduction. This particular book, Along Came a Spider, it was published in 1993 and it forms the series Alex Cross. So this is actually the first book of the Alex Cross series, and I have read other books from the series as well, and not at all in that order. So I could tell you with confidence that even though this is a series, this forms the a part of a series, you don't have to read it in the order because it all deals with each of the case that Alex Cross, our protagonist, investigate, and it could be read as a standalone. You won't feel that sense of disconnection as well. So I'm just putting out there. So let's talk about the plot of this particular book. We see the kidnapping of two children, and their names are Maggie Rose Dunn and Michael Goldberg. They are children of high profile, wealthy, elite families, and they go to a private school, and it is from there that they are kidnapped. And the one who kidnaps them is a Gary Sonaji who worked or who seemed like a teacher who worked in that school, but later we get to know that he is the actual kidnapper, who is actually a psychopath who is obsessed with creating the crime of the century. And Alex Cross, our main character, who is a detective and an experienced forensic psychologist, he is assigned the case, and we see him investigating the case along with many other side characters. One particular side character that I like to mention is Secret Service agent Jesse Flanagan. So, as Cross investigate this case, we see that Sonaji is not just merely a kidnapper, but like I said, he is a psychopath and a mastermind, a criminal mastermind who is having a very great ambition. It's not just a whim or fancy of his. He has some sort of a bigger goal, and this kidnapping is the first step to that goal. So we see a lot of mind games that the criminal plays along with a lot of corruption and betrayal within the rank of the lieutenants itself, and also a trial. And this trial is very particular, very unique because it sort of makes us question criminal insanity, or the human mind itself. And we see Cross racing against time because the kids are kidnapped, their lives are in danger. We have no idea if they would survive or if they are killed. So it's altogether a race against time, against Sonaji's mastermind. And like I said, he, let's say, this is a unique case for Cross because he himself labels Sonaji as one of the most dangerous enemy he has ever come across. So let's talk about some of the strong points of the book. The first plot would actually be the first point I like to say is that it's actually engaging and fast paced, particularly because it has very short chapters. So I think I will like to show you that each of the chapter it's merely just 2 or 3 pages long. So if this is chapter 2, we see only 2 pages in, and 2 pages or 3 pages in we already see chapter 3. It's a big font, at least a medium font with enough space between the lines. So it's short chapters, and each of the chapter end with a cliffhanger or a plot twist. So it's actually fast paced, and since there is a cliffhanger or a plot twist, it keeps the suspense alive. And it, I think I have seen a review that this all of James Patterson's book are a page turner, and I agree with it 100%. So that's one of the strongest point of the book. It's engaging and fast paced. Another thing is the strong lead character. So like I said, Alex Cross is not only a detective but also a psychologist, and it sort of helps us understand the criminals that we see in the book. Even when it comes to Sonaji, we not only see him as a criminal, we more see him as a human whose circumstances were against him. I'm not giving any sort of sympathy for him. I'm not trying to justify him. I'm just saying that we sort of understand the background that the criminal comes from, the circumstances that made him think so, that the circumstances that made him like so. And I think it's the psychological aspect of the main character itself that helps that. And another strong point of the book is the complexity of the villain. So, like I said, Gary Sonaji, he is fascinating, but at the same time, he's a terrifying antagonist. And he's a master manipulator. And I think the most terrifying thing about him is that even when his mind is full of these dark fantasies, he is able to easily blend into the society. We can never, or anyone around him would never guess that he is a psychopath. So that's, I think, is a terrifying aspect about him. And that also makes him a master criminal. Because, like I said, we live in a society where even when we see the movies or web series that are being released recently, it's not just hero worshipping. We're not just observing the hero, we are also looking into the villain. We are also given a background of the villain, his past, his history, and everything. And so, we're not just living in an age where there is hero worshipping, we also live in an age where we are getting access to the past of the villain. What makes him a villain? What are the circumstances that makes him think so? So I think since we live in that sort of age, this book is also a testament to that sort of the complexity of the villain. It gives us a full picture of Gary Sonaji and his past. So we have a strong hero and a strong villain, and also the side characters are also worthy of mentioning, especially Jessie Flanagan, who we see as strong-willed and ambitious, but more or less I felt on a personal note that she is more ambiguous, because although in the starting of the book we see that she is helping out, she is incredibly supportive of Alex's theories and everything. As the book progresses, we feel that she has some sort of a hidden agenda. Or is she helping Alex purely for his own sake, or does she have any personal intentions? So, again, we see a lot of corruption, we see a lot of betrayal within the law enforcement itself that sort of makes us question a lot of things. So I think the twist and the suspense that is probably, once again, one of the most strongest points in the book. So let's talk a bit about the some of the points that I didn't particularly enjoy. That is the underdeveloped side characters that, barring Jesse Flanagan, I felt like some of the side characters could have had a more detailed background. That's just something that I felt that the side characters could have been a more fleshed out. And there is also a romance subplot, contrary to popular belief. Those who read thrillers know that there is always a romance subplot in the story, or one or two love interest. And there is a similar subplot here, but I felt like the subplot was a bit rushed. So that is just personal and very subjective observations. And now we come to my favorite part of the video, that is book recommendations. Who would I recommend this book to? So, if you're a fan of psychological thrillers or crime thrillers or investigation, detective novels, or even if what, you're a fan of James Patterson or you have never heard of this author, you want to read his book, and you just learned that this is a series, you don't know where to start, I would recommend this book for you. Start with Along Came a Spider, which is the first book of Alex Cross series. Even though you could read it as a standalone, I think this is a good rec for you. So do read the book and let me know what you think. And if you have any other book recs for me, or if you want me to review any of your favorite read, do let me know in the comments as well. And like the video if you enjoyed this review, and subscribe for more bookish content. Until next time, bye.